Hello and welcome to Enduring Journey to Bliss. My name is Deanne and this is my second video for my spring garden. Today it is March 21st, 2026. Yesterday was the spring equinox, and typically in Colorado we still have snow, freezing temperatures until Mother's Day, which is in May. But this year, we're going to hit 90 today. And all my plants are emerging a little early. I hope we don't get a late freeze. But I'll go ahead and I'll start my video. My other video that I did, it showed that garden bed over there. And it kind of showed along the pathway and a little bit in the front. This video, we're going to come from the other side here and do a little walk with all of you. So this right here, this is actually bronze fennel, which is not native, but I love it. And the reason I love it is the swallowtail butterflies typically love it. They love to lay their eggs and they'll eat the leaves, the bronze fennel, and I will always have this plant, even though it is not native. Right here is a native Colorado plant. This is a penstemon. Oh, and I guess I'll mention this. I need to get this cleaned up. This is one of my bird baths that I put out. Typically it sits right here on this table. I need to take it in, get it cleaned up, get it ready for the spring. Anyway, the fennel. This is a penstemon. I believe it's a scarlet bugle penstemon. It's got very red blooms once it blooms. Very healthy. You can see that it's spread, very green, very healthy. Then right there, let me see if I can zoom. That, can't really quite see it. Can you see the green stems? That's a rose. Let me see if I can see the name on the tag. That particular rose is Quietness. Quietness. Then my American plum is this shrub. Actually a short tree. It's not really a shrub, but that's it. That is native. Not just Colorado, but it is a native United States plant. And these are coral bells, or heucheras. They are not native, but I enjoy them, so I grow them. There's a iris right there. And beside it used to be a Bliss perfume rose that I don't think has survived. I need to pull that marker out because I don't think it's going to make it. Or I don't think it made it. And then all of these right here, that is a milkweed. I think it's a rose swamp milkweed variety, if I recall. But I leave the stems for any critters that want to lay eggs or hibernate over the winter to live. And this is that blue salvia, azure blue salvia, or large blue salvia, native prairie plant to Colorado. This is chives. These are chives, not native, but I do use them in my kitchen and I grow them. And that's a lot of growth for March 21st. And I have some more iris, as you can see. Right there, another iris. They were just intermittent in here. Now that is another variety of penstemon. You can see the seed heads on it, native to Colorado. Those penstemon over there are Rocky Mountain penstemon. They have a purpley blue flower head. Continuing on. In this little area, I don't see them yet, but I do have fireweed, which is a lovely pink flower native prairie plant. And I have actually some Indian paintbrush growing in here as well. And trying to think what else. I know I've got more than that in there, but again, I have not done my spring cleanup. This is March 21st. Typically our last frost date is Mother's Day in May. I leave all of these for the birds to eat the seeds and for any critters that lay eggs or choose to hibernate in the stems. I do not cut them back in the winter or the fall. Okay, so this lovely right here, this is a native prairie plant. It has a very pretty little pink flowers once they emerge. And this is called prairie smoke. I love this little plant. I want to plant more of them. It's just beautiful. Then we have iris. Oh, and we have a treat. This is my prairie smoke on the other side of the iris, and there's actually a bloom. My goodness. It is so early in the season. That is a prairie smoke little bud. And I see other buds, multiple buds. Can you see all those that are kind of forming just above that main pink one? It's a lovely little native plant for Colorado and for, in general, the prairies. That's lovely to see. And then here is a rose. It's a David Austin rose. The tag's facing the wrong way, but it is a David Austin rose. This is coneflower, native. Coneflower, native. That beautiful prairie smoke with a bud, native. And this tall, kind of lighter, only one stem tall, that is a blazing star, native prairie plant. I see dandelion leaves, but I don't see any new leaves for the blazing star yet. A little early. Coneflowers, native. Another iris. Little blue stem grass, native. More tulips. And this is more of the Monarda with the seed heads still intact. And this is a aster, native wild variety of aster. The little white seed heads are still there for any birds that want to come and eat those. I have a pink variety. I think I still have like a deep lavender purplish variety, but I have, I think, 2 varieties of the asters. And now this is penstemon. This penstemon is loved by the hummingbirds. They love it. It has a beautiful chartreuse, am I saying that word right anyway? Pink bloom. They love it. I love it because the birds love it, the hummingbirds. As you can see, it has got lots of new green growth. I do keep it in a tomato cage because it does tend to flop. You can see here on this side how it's kind of flopping down. But if I put it in the tomato cage, it kind of keeps it upright better. Can you see the tomato cage? It's there. You see how that's staying upright. But this is doing exactly what I wanted to do. It's filling in almost like a ground cover would, and the hummingbirds love it. And then over here, there is more tulips. There's also crocus in here. I believe they've already finished their bloom, but there are tulips. This is a rose that I may remove because even though it's healthy and it has got lots of new growth coming out already, it's never bloomed for me, not once. And it is a damask rose, which have beautiful scent and pretty pink flowers, but it's never bloomed. And I don't have that big of a yard. And for something that's going to take up this much space, I need blooms. I typically garden mostly for the pollinators, be that bees, butterflies, moths, hummingbirds, etc. And if it's not going to bloom, I don't know that I'm going to maintain it in my yard. Again, there's tulips. This is a coneflower variety. And behind it, this is my sand cherry. Hopefully you can kind of see the stems of the sand cherry. This is all sand cherry. I do have the tag. It's a Pawnee Butte sand cherry. Has lovely little white flowers in the spring. It's a nice native plant. This is mountain mint at the corner here. Again, you can see the little seed heads. There's still some maybe in there. I don't know. Those might all be empty at this point. Oh, it does not want to focus. There you go. But I leave them for the birds. And I leave the stems for any little critters that lay eggs or hibernate in them. Okay. So we just went down the path here in my front space in front of my porch area. There's that coneflower. Here is my cherry, my little sand butte cherry. That is a native to Colorado. There's that rose that may not live here much longer. This is a little blue stem. Here we have lots of the nodding onion, native plant to the prairies. Lots of seed heads. Hopefully those are going to drop in place for me, and I will get a thicker grouping of these. And look at that. Oh my. So I have a phlox. I have a ground cover phlox that is in bloom. My goodness. Seems early. Anyway, yeah, so that's a phlox. Ground cover. Okay. Again, these are the nodding onions. There's a rose right there. That's a David Austin rose. And it's quite healthy. I will maintain that. Gives me beautiful blooms. Now this nodding onion, it's easy to see the new green growth. That is the nodding onion growth for this year. And these are the seed heads. If it'll focus. There you go. And this is Monarda. Bee balm Monarda. Again, I've not done any spring cleaning because it is only March 21st. That's the David Austin rose. Gives beautiful blooms. I will maintain that. This is another Penstemon native variety. Colorado. Right here. See if she's got any. And she does. Nope, that's not her growth. That is dandelions. Gardener's work is never done. This is the same variety of Penstemon. You can see the seed heads. Hopefully that's coming through for you. Those are the seed heads of this same variety that I have here in this tomato cage. There's another rose. Hopefully you can see that. And along here, I have a lot of wild strawberries. You can see their leaves right here. And I just let these kind of grow as a ground cover is my hope. So they need to fill in quite a bit. And this is penstemon. This is an orange variety. Hummingbirds really enjoy it. It's a lovely variety of penstemon. You can see its green growth down there. We'll step in carefully to the bed. And this is also a penstemon. It has got these deep burgundy-ish leaves. It's quite pretty. We've got growth here. This is a poppy. I'm not sure of the variety because I've got multiple poppies in my garden, but that's a poppy. This again is a penstemon. This is another penstemon variety. All penstemon are essentially native. They might be a hybrid of the true natives, but they're native to the prairies and definitely to Colorado. That white that you see, that is lamb's ear. Did not plant that. It's a self-seeder. I probably need to dig it out, but that's what that is there. Again, this is Monarda. Seed heads. I don't think they're going to focus for you. There you go. Those look pretty empty. As empty as that looks to me, I think the birds have been having some feasts, which is why I leave those. This is that same Monarda. And down here is some tulips and some grape hyacinths in bloom. This is a agastache. It has orange leaves. Agastache. That's the same plant. And this third one here, same plant. More tulips. I'll step into the bed again. We'll come up here. So in this area, you can see some of the stems, seed head. This is coneflower. This variety is Magnus, Magnus, Magnus. But I'm not seeing the new green for this year's growth emerging yet. I see some grass I need to get rid of, but yeah. And this is Apache plume. You can see lots of new this season growth on the Apache plume. Native plant. And this is that Rocky Mountain penstemon that I mentioned earlier. You can see how thickly that is growing. These are all the seed heads of it. And if we look down over here, let me zoom in. You can see the new growth of the Rocky Mountain penstemon right down in there. The new leaves for the Rocky Mountain penstemon. These seed heads here are from my Baptisia. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that's what those seed heads are right there. There's another seed head. Baptisia. Native plant. Yeah. Have a lot of the Rocky Mountain penstemon. I believe I started with 5 plants in here, but at this point, I don't know how many I have. That stretches at this point probably 7 feet. The Rocky Mountain penstemon. Okay. Let me step back out to the sidewalk. Then this gray here is an Artemisia. I think I said that right, the gray. Another native. Just as nice kind of pop of color in there. And this is a ground cover ice plant. This particular one has lavender blooms. And I kind of like how it interacts or grows along with my native plants. There's another big batch of it here. And this is ice plant. Not native, but I like how it provides ground cover, which is less weeds, and it looks nice with the natives. Kind of the same with the sedum, not necessarily native, but basic same requirements as many of the natives, and I think it is a nice addition for native plants. Sedum with seed heads at the top from last year, and the new growth, quite a bit of it this year, all that green. Okay, we have some iris right there, and I think that's about it for this side. This is more of the blue stem, little blue stem, native plant. This is a yarrow. This is not the native white variety. This is a pink hybrid. Very pretty. So I just wanted to do a nice walk around the garden on March 21st, 2026. Spring equinox was yesterday. I need to get that bird feeder cleaned up and started, and that bird feeder cleaned up and started. Anyway, just wanted to kind of share and show that to all of you. I think I'll come up here and I will end, again, my pathway. Lots of weeds in my pathway already. This black pot here is a Gaillardia, or a blanket flower. This variety is the same as what I have in another one of my beds. I'll pull this out. It's a very pretty variety. So this variety, or this hybrid, is not necessarily native, but all the Gaillardia and coneflower, or not cone, all the Gaillardia and the blanket flower, whichever name you know it by, that is considered a native prairie plant. So I think I will just end on this pretty combo right here. Thanks for stopping by. Wish you all the best today. Get out and garden if you can. And take care. Feel free to stop by and visit again. Thank you.